Hello everybody, welcome back to another Pixelmon Reborn survival episode here. This is going to be episode 9, welcome. Alright, so basically last episode, I believe what we covered was, we got a few evolutions, we went over the armor sets, we created Pokeballs, yes that's what we did. We started crafting Pokeballs. As you can see in the bottom of my hotbar there, I currently have 12 Quick Balls, 29 Dusk Balls, 24 Ultra Balls, and of course I have 34 Pokeballs in my inventory. So I didn't do a whole lot between the episodes, did a little bit, not much. I have a shulker box, which you guys don't know what this is. Basically I bought it from the black market shop, or the special shop from at Spawn. It was 5,000, which really wasn't much considering how many trainers I found around here. I don't think I have almost anything left. Yeah, but that's also for another reason. Got a few things I want to do this episode. We're starting on the roof again because I have a few things that I did off camera. And I want to show you. I didn't do much, but I did do some stuff off camera. Let me go and clear up the stuff off the roof while I'm talking here. I do plan to do some stuff with this room today. At least this third room. We're not completely done with our house, but we're working our way through. Honestly, we're getting there. There are various things that I've kind of manufactured in my house as we moved along. Alright, let's just toss all these snowballs out. As you can see, I have some craftables in my inventory because we are going to start this episode off with some crafting. So after we left off before, I showed you guys how to craft 3 Pokeballs down below. The Quick Ball, the Dusk Ball, and the Ultra Ball. There was one more that I wanted to make, which was the Timer Ball. And I really didn't show you guys that one yet because it was just getting later on in the episode and I was like, I'll do it next time guys, it's fine. But you need a 64 stack of cooked red apricorns, cooked black apricorns, and cooked white apricorns. And then you can make, you got 3 stacks Timer Ball discs. Which is more honestly than you should ever need. But yeah, let's go ahead and start cooking that. That's all 3 of these. So last episode, I think I only had one of these up. Off camera, like immediately after, I set up the other 2, and this is just how I have them set up. So as they're being, as it's finishing them, it's putting them away in like the chest here. I wasn't able to automate it any more than that, at least not right this second. Wish I had more mods and stuff in here to where it would be easier for me to do that. More coal. I don't think I have any left over in these. Oh, yes I do. I don't need a 64 stack to... I don't need this much to take care of... Actually, no, I don't need that much because it only takes 8 to take care of a 64 stack. So what I'm doing is overkill. I don't need to do all that. I do need to go grab some more coal. I did mine a little bit off camera, which allowed me to do basically grab that, just so you guys can see this. So one of the basic Minecraft crafting recipes is you can make an anvil, and I don't mean an anvil for Pokeballs. I mean an anvil, just an anvil. This is the vanilla Minecraft anvil. It's not anything too special, not anything special about it at all. But I mean it's here. I don't want to put it. Holy crap! I want to put it up here. Because there's something I plan to build upstairs here at some point. Alright, got the fossil thing there, got the fossil machine, gotta have that around somewhere. I don't know exactly where I want this, but man, I'll just put it next to this. So in case you're wondering, why did you put this here? Why do we need a regular anvil? Why don't you just use the Pixelmon one? Well, the Pixelmon one can't do what the vanilla one does, in the sense that I can put stuff in here, I can rename it. I can rename it Poke Storage. So I wanted to do that just because basically what shulker boxes are is they're small chests, and you can put whatever you have in your inventory inside of them, and you can carry them around with you. And I want to keep that with me from now on, so that when we're on and we're getting a bunch of items or drops or whatever, that I could just keep that on me and basically help. I was gonna say keep track, but basically just help with inventory management. Down here, besides these, while these are doing their thing, I'll just explain this. I did work on a few of the armor sets. I set up 2 more stands. I plan to make a full diamond set, or full netherite if that's possible. Right there. And then over here, I plan on making 1 more stone set. No spoilers on that. But I did finish the water stone set. I was able to, I fought enough trainers offline, and you guys saw how I made the other pieces. I mean, you make it just like normal armor. Both water stones. The full water stone set actually gives us the same buff our old running shoes do. Last episode, you guys saw me craft the new running shoes, which gave me a plus 75% boost. But they had a durability, so they kind of broke. And when they broke, it gave me back the old running shoes. So I'm back to the normal speed. And I also finished off the Team Magma and the Team Aqua armor sets. So this is what they look like when they're completed. Honestly, personally, like the Team Magma one more, but I mean, I'd wear them if I got some kind of buff from them. So I'm going to do something this episode that'll basically motivate me to wear either of these. But for now, what I thought we'd do, since we'd worked so hard to get all the pieces, is I thought I would wear the full water stone armor. And you're like, what about the 50% boost? Well, with stone armor, for all of them, they actually give you the 50% boost with the boots as well. So I don't need to wear old running shoes anymore, and I can wear a full armor set like normal. Obviously I don't, can't see my skin as well anymore. But realistically, I mean, I still have the same boost, and I actually have a buff. I have 2 buffs. I have Aqua Affinity for my boots, and I also have water breathing. So now I can breathe underwater. So if I want to go into deep ocean to mine or do whatever, I can do that without having to worry about a darn thing. Oh, there's a trainer down there. That's actually, there's tons of stuff around here actually right now. That's perfect timing. Alright, let's go ahead and say hello to some friends. Alright, go Lucario. Or Sphere. I don't think too much changed with our Pokemon between episodes. I know Lucario, I switched out Force Palm, which is a move that he had for close combat, which is really good. Really, really good. The only really bad thing about close combat, because I'll read it off here in a second, but basically it does over 120, I think it does 120 damage, which is insane. Okay, I'll just go ahead and look through them. Moves, I think I switched out Razor Leaf for Crunch for Torterra, since he needs, he's better off with physical moves than special attack, and although Razor Leaf was physical, I mean, I still have Mega Drain for as a grass type move for now until Torterra learns something better. Lucario learned Close Combat, which basically the user, it does 120 damage with 100 accuracy. The user fights the target up close without guarding itself. This also lowers the user's defense and special defense stats. Excuse me. So every time I use that move, I do a lot of damage, but I leave myself open afterwards. So it's not a last resort, but I mean, I do have to be careful. Larvesta learned Bug Bite, and I think I switched that out for like String Shot. Not String Shot, it was for like Takedown, I think is what I switched it out for. Laron, what did you have, bud? Nothing new with you. Nothing new with you. And nothing new with Charizard. Yeah, so I mean, you can see I got items in all of them. I also got another Lucky Egg. As you guys can probably see, and I put the XP share off to the side for now, because they're all high enough level to be able to fend for themselves and kind of deal with stuff. Ooh, another trainer. I'm gonna go and take care of these trainers real fast. What do you got? Solaces? Oh, crap. Okay. Bone Rush? Okay, thank goodness that actually worked. Ore Sphere? Okay. Bone Rush? Okay, not quite as effective. Hidden Power. Okay, let's use Ore Sphere. It wasn't very effective. It will be effective against this dude, though. 1,700 Poké Dollars. It's like, well, more reasons why I shouldn't worry about anything. Come here. Graveler. Okay. It's like, this is one reason I can appreciate living in extreme hills, is the fact that, I mean, I can take care of these guys so easily. It's just like, don't even try against my boy Lucario. 1,500 Poké Dollars? Kid in a candy store. Ooh, Jangmo. Let's grab you. Bone Rush. We've actually got all the sapphires we need to make the full set of armor. Now whatever sapphires we get is just, now it's just icing on the cake. Ooh. Come on, I want to fight him. Got him. You're a rock type, I think, so this should hit. Yep. Hmm. Yep, got enough. Dawn fan. One of these days I'm gonna find a shiny around here. You have sturdy? Is that a thing? Didn't know that was a thing, if that's a thing. I don't think he's a rock type or anything. Normally it's rock types and steel types and stuff like that that typically have sturdy. Most other Pokemon don't, unless it's like some special circumstance that I just can't think of for some reason. You're probably not going to see a bug type or a flying type or something like that that has sturdy. And if it is a thing, then, I mean, let me know. But, I mean, I can't think of anything off the top of my head that has it. That is of those typings. Got a bug type up there. Hello, friend. My Larvesta wants to say hello. Flame charge. Yep, I think we're good. Let's go and put these away. It's like, I'm glad because I don't have to do with so much mining for coal and all that, at least. Sapphires, definitely not. Keep those put away right there. I got extra rubies, extra sapphires I can start building up now, like I've been building a crystal. Like, that's why I made full crystal tools, guys. Like, I made like 3 picks, and I only have 1 left. Like, I went on a little mining expedition because not too long ago we had like 2 mining episodes. So I'm trying not to put you guys through that again, for at least for a little while. I do plan on doing another mining episode here at some point, okay? But not anywhere in the near future. Actually, no, I can't say that's a lie. I do plan on doing some mining this episode. I just made a diamond pick, as you guys just saw. I do plan on doing a mining episode, but not a full mining episode. It's going to be like just a small portion of this episode. That may not make sense to some people, but I mean it will in due time, I promise. I think for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this up here. Put the running shoes right there. And I'm going to keep the Waterstone armor on for now. I'd like to enchant it, which is, you know, a little bit of a spoiler for working on the near future. Man, they're almost done, all of them. That's awesome. What I should do. There's not a whole lot else we can use iron on at the moment. We are going to need a lot more iron. So, like, believe me when I say a mining episode is probably going to be some point in the future. Not going to say exactly when, because even I don't know, but I mean it's coming around. Split it all up. Alright, and I kept all the extra stuff in here, all these extra lids. So just to explain these items, you guys see all the iron bases, that's simple. 3 iron across. You guys have already seen me make all of these lids, and the buttons are just a single stone. That's all it is, it's just a single stone. Put into the crafting slot, you make a button. And I literally put all the craftables together. Putting these 3 together in a crafting table will make the Pokeball, or whichever ones I put together. I'm probably not going to make, I'm not going to make all of these, okay? What I'm putting this together for, I tried to split it up evenly because I was like, well, I can make, you know, but I was just going to do that just so you guys could see, oh, he can make this many of this. When these are all done, is probably when I'll do this, but at least for now, I want at least a stack of dusk balls, okay? These dusk balls are going to be our best friend. Any extra Pokeballs we have, we can put in our shulker box. Honestly. Oh wait, let's put this away right now because that's gonna be our special pick. We're not gonna be using that, but so often. Let's see. Can move that right there. You're probably wondering why that's. Well, actually, I should probably move all this down. Because, I mean, by how often I'm going to use them is how I have them categorized. Actually, no, that means I probably want it on the end. I love the speed. It's awesome. So what I'm going to do for now, so I need 31 to finish making this stack. I mean, I'm going to obviously end up making more, but... Alright, so I want about... I don't need a ton of quick balls. Having a bunch of them is helpful, but... And I want at least half a stack, so... What's that? About 12. No. It's going to be like 8. So that's perfect. And then I do want about half a stack, at least, of timer. Well, I'll take the other half just to see how we're doing afterwards. But dusk balls are what we're going to need primarily. And some of you may be wondering, why just primarily dusk balls? It's like, well, the day-night cycle isn't that long, and I'm going to have the best catch rate out of everything, besides the quick ball in the very beginning of the battle for, like, if I find, like, starters and some other stuff. And I have found Charmanders and stuff already off camera, where I've tried the quick ball on, just to see how effective it was. And I did catch one instantly, so, I mean, if we go up here to our PC, like you can see, actually I don't know if you can tell or not. Oh crap, you have a light ball on you. Ha ha ha, we got a good Pikachu. I caught a Pikachu off camera that I saw it spawn that was like level 6, and I was like, hey, he actually has a good item on him, and I can explain that another time, but whew, that's pretty cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I've caught a few things off camera, but nothing that's nothing legendary, nothing shiny, nothing crazy. I mean, I did a few wonder trades off camera as well. Like that's how I got Blaziken and Wigglytuff, and I think that's it actually. Because the rest I tossed back into the pool. Never mind, I got Cubone from that as well, level 1 Cubone. But I mean, it's because there are shinies in the pool. So I mean, even if I'm not recording, if I'm just doing stuff off camera, I might do a wonder trade. And if I get something crazy, then I'll immediately turn back on the recording, or turn on the recording and just do a clip or something. But I don't expect anything crazy to happen. But on the off chance that it does, I'd like to be prepared. Actually, you know what? Can we do our daily wonder trade? And I'll turn in the... I'll put in the way the Mimikyu. Why not? Actually, does Mimikyu have a decent ability on him? Disguise. Never mind. That's not terrible though. That's not terrible. Those stats are not bad at all. But I'm just not one to really use Mimikyu, so... I have a friend, you guys know him from my ARC series, but Austin, he would probably like be screaming at me right now for about 200 butting. For me, he'd probably be mad at me for wonder trading a Mimikyu with a high special attack stat, but it's fine. Trade 5 Mimikyu. Ah, okay, I got it right. Volbeat. Interesting. I got a weird one. Granted, I mean, I traded, that's another entry in the Pokedex. Like, that's one reason doing wonder trades is such a beneficial thing for me. It's like, why you keep doing wonder trades? Why are you doing that at all? Oh, Charmander. Why are you doing that? It's like, well, I mean, honestly, it's because of the fact that, Pokedex entries. Char! Yeah, buddy, I hear you. This is your final form. You really want to fight that? I don't think so. So it'd be in your best interest to get inside of this quick ball. 2, 3, and... Oh. Man, dude, I was trying to show off some stuff there, and you just completely ruined it. Fine, I'll use a Dusk Ball. Dusk Balls are that much stronger, and I know it's nighttime, so it's just like, wahaha. Yep. Dusk Balls are like the way to go. Quick Balls are good, like they're really good for like a first turn, like Hail Mary. But I mean, like in general, like if you're going for almost anything, if you're going, especially like when I start finding shinies and legendaries and like all this other stuff, like if I don't have dusk balls on me, or if I do have dusk balls on me, even if it's daytime, I can hold the Pokemon in the battle till it's nighttime. And then once it's nighttime, I can throw Pokeballs at it like there's no, or dusk balls at it like there's no tomorrow. Like, and just keep. It's just, it's so stupid. It's stupid, but it's awesome. And it's something we need to keep in mind. Alright, let's go ahead and go to the crafting station right here. Let's craft this full stack of dusk balls. That's good. Let's go ahead and craft as many of these quick balls as we can. I basically used all the iron we got from our first run, okay, on these iron bases. As you just saw, I used basically a stack to make a little over a stack more. Gonna make some timer balls now. Yeah, new recipes. There we are. We are going to go ahead and make some more of those. We don't have any more of the, what we can do is do this though. Alright, let's see what we got. Ultra Balls, I mean, 21, that's, yeah, that'll be fun. And then we'll save whatever left, whatever we have left from like when we have more dusk balls or whatever the heck. Because I mean, it is a good idea for us to save some of these guys. Some, not all. Oh, I guess it doesn't matter. I can just place it like that. That's funny. I prefer to keep it the way it's supposed to be normally crafted anyway, though. Oh, I was about to say. I mean, that's fine, but sure. Here we are. Alright, we have some extra iron bases and buttons, and for these we can just put them in here for later. We don't need to craft everything right now. But, as you can see, I also got some slime balls from the swamp that's right next to us. A program to drop them, so I'm going to be adding some mechanical anvils to this room. Probably back here, actually. I can place 2 more back here. And I could just make these for the Pokeballs and the iron bases over here. Because, I mean, we can also make aluminum bases. Like, there's a few different ways you can craft all of that, but, this is pretty nice. For now, the extra dusk balls we have, I'd rather not, and the Pokeballs as well. Like we don't need them right now. I mean, actually, we should keep them on us for the Pokeballs at least. So I'll keep the dusk balls in there because we're not going to need it. And I'll also keep the Ender Pearls in there for now. I'll keep the XP share in there for now. And I'll keep the shovel in there for now. You see I'm placing them in 4 different corners, but I'm trying to like make distinct areas. Like if I put tools over here, if I put extra Pokemon items over here, if I put extra balls over here, and put extra like, I don't know. I'll figure out some form of organization for that. But I'm gonna keep this on me. We don't really need to have a shovel on us because the only thing we were really using it for before was to clear snow off. And believe me when I say I still am. Okay, bud, you've been here for a minute. Let me go ahead and end your misery here. Who, though? Brava. You need some levels, bud. Yes, I see you. And... Ooh, Endeavor. That's a really... that's a dirty move. Basically, Endeavor is a move that brings down the Pokemon... that brings down whatever Pokemon it's attacking's health to its own health level. So, as you saw, my Vibrava's health went down by half because I brought the Staravia's health down by half. So if I had the Staravia down in the red with, like, you know, say, like 4 or 5 health, then he could have brought me down to 4 or 5 health. Like, it's real. That can be a really stupid move, depending on what teams you're running and depending on how you use it. Like, you could use it to where, say I used it on my Lairon who had Stardy, and he goes down to 1 HP, and he used Endeavor. That Pokemon that I hit would now have 1 HP, and then all I'd have to use is Quick Attack. As you saw, I just died, but I kind of did that on purpose. Because now I can go back to spawn, I can do this. I have all my health back. I have all my food back. How bad did that hurt my armor, though? Not at all. Thank goodness. I really hope this armor doesn't have a durability because it is... Oh, it takes a long time to craft. Under normal circumstances. I can't act like I didn't spend Poké Dollars for most of it, but it still took a minute. Alright, now for the rest of this episode, I did want to go down and take care of something, so let's see. That's nice. Now that we have a base established, at least for the most part, we can move about and do other things. And start hunting for Pokemon, start filling our Pokedex. Like, there's going to be a lot of, like, gym hunting, Pokemon hunting, just episodes come in the near future. Because we are trying to fill up the Pokedex, and as you can see, we only have 51 of 890 entries in the Pokedex. So, we have quite a while to go. Now you may be wondering, hey, you found this cave over here in the swamp area that's right under your house? Yes, I did. Between episodes, I was in the swamp area hoping that a certain Pokemon would spawn. So we're going to be hunting for that one, specifically for a little while. I'm not going to say exactly what it is because I want it to be a surprise. It's a very cool one, and it's one of my favorite Pokemon. Probably, it definitely cracks the top 10 for me. No clue exactly. I know exactly what the circumstances need to be for it to even spawn, which is not happening right now, by the way. So, it can spawn around our house, and around here, but it just needs to be specific conditions. So, and during those conditions, I'll be over in a certain area, and then you'll see. Some of you may be able to piece together what exactly I'm saying, and will figure it out. But for others of you, I want it to be a surprise, which is why I'm being so vague about it. Let's see. Roggenrola? Yes, I hear you. If that was a shiny Magikarp, I would laugh. I feel bad, but I'd also laugh. Now, I'm not going to bother doing but so much down here, because I am just going straight to the bottom here. I'm not looking around for much, as I say when I'm literally looking around. Alright. There's nothing around here. I couldn't wait till I could come back down here with a bunch of torches and just light up the way, just so I knew, hey, I'd been here. Because somebody had been down here and just hadn't messed with anything. Resources, obviously, but just, ooh, I'll take that. Can you let me have that? Thank you. They had messed with the resources and they collected the resources, but in general, this area had been mostly left. It was mostly left untouched. You got some bauxite right there. And bauxite obviously gives us aluminum, and that's very nice. Because you need aluminum plates for basically everything. And we still need to craft some stuff. There are still a few more items we didn't get a chance to make. So, any and all bauxite is very helpful. As we say, when we found a bunch of it, oh my goodness, that's awesome. Normally it's just very small veins of bauxite, but we just found a bunch of it. It's awesome. We're going to need to kick it all up. 9 boxes. Yeah, we have all we need now. Of bauxite, at least. Like I said, not trying to make this a big mining run. Just was going to be a passing by. But if we pass by bauxite or something else like that, we are definitely grabbing it. No questions asked, okay? Not making this a full mining episode. Don't want it to be a full mining episode. But if we pass by it, I'm grabbing it. No questions asked. Ooh, thank you, camera, for braking on me, because I would not have noticed that otherwise. Not that we, necessarily need that at this point, but hey, any and all resources are appreciated. Doesn't matter. Whether or not we necessarily need it. We can make tools with Sapphire like we can Crystal, and I think Sapphire and Ruby actually make better stuff than Crystal does, to be honest. Don't know exactly how those tiers work, but pretty sure they do. Could be wrong, though. I need to grab a bunch of Colbies. As you guys saw, we're actually getting low on blocks. So, it'd be very helpful for us to have more. Granted, we've used a lot of it to smelt our apricorns, which, by the way, are all full grown. I've been collecting them a little bit off camera, so we have a few stacks, not just now, of each one. So, we're doing just fine. The big problem is going to be iron bases and other things. That's what we're really running low on. Ooh, I do not like. And then, of course, because we've been cooking a lot of stuff and making a lot of advancement, around the house specifically, we've just run lower on coal than I would like. So we get some from Torkoal and other Pokemon, you know, whenever they spawn in, but still helpful to collect at least a little bit. Not gonna collect much more than what I have there. Just none this way. Okay, looks like we found what we're looking for. Yes, Diglett, I hear you. Not that I want to, but I do. Can I not place it down right there? Question mark. Interesting. Somebody was over here. I'm curious. How far can I go in here? I mean, I know what I'm looking for, and I see it. Oh, more like I saw it. Alright, this is what we're looking for. I don't think I need a lot, because we're not making another portal in this series. But this is obsidian, or at least what it looks like. The reason I made a diamond pick is because we needed to collect a bit of it. Thankfully, because this isn't vanilla Minecraft, we're legitimately just going to be able to, yep, look at that, new recipes unlocked. That's what I wanted. Because we have diamonds, and we just needed the obsidian, and then we can start... Ooh, Graveler, I will going to grab you here in a second, bud. A trader was around my house earlier, and I couldn't trade him, but he was asking for a Graveler, and he was going to trade me a Kadabra. Had I been able to do the trade, then I could have gotten an Alakazam and could have filled that dex entry without needing to, you know, ask help from anybody. Unfortunately, at the moment at least, I don't have any, well, I'm not well acquainted with anybody on the server, and I don't have any friends that'll be joining me for the series at the moment. Austin was going to try, but his PC isn't quite up to specs, and for Minecraft that says a lot, but he just doesn't have a great PC, so until I mean, he wanted to. He's much more of a, just like how he's more competitive and like Arc for PvP and like all this stuff, he's also, you know, apparently he's played Pokemon competitively or something like that. So I mean, he was super into the idea of joining me on here, but he just couldn't. I mean, obviously I'm sure I can get help here at some point with trades, among other things, but probably not going to work on any tradable Pokemon here in the near future. But it'll still be a minute. Here, let's see. I'm going to put this... Well, actually, no, I want to keep it out, but... Let's throw you out. I have plenty of quick balls now, so we'll try it. Honestly, a Dusk Ball... Okay, so Dusk Balls, if you guys remember the description, work in any dark place. Or work better in any dark places, meaning at night, meaning in a cave, any of that. So had that not worked, I mean, Quick Balls and Dusk Balls are going to be my best friends out of all of them. At least more often than not. Iron Tail, that's a physical attack. He's going to need physical attacks. Man. It's like having Takedown is nice, but... Rock Bottom. Interesting. Wait, what is it? Oh, I was about to say, I thought I saw something. And I was right, it's Amethyst. Oh wait, no, I used my diamond. Oh, it's whatever. It's whatever. It's on a good item. I was using it like I was using my crystal pick. We do still need Amethyst, guys. We need Amethyst to complete the Amethyst set of armor. Amethyst seems to be the rarest resource out of the three, at least. Could be wrong, but at least to me, it's been harder to find. Whoa! Don't know why that split up the way that it did, but I'll take it. Alright, what we're gonna do is place this right there. Place that right there. Yes, Geodude, I see you. What is this? Oh, that's a Firestone, isn't it? I think, yeah. Yep, that's fine. Take any and all Firestones, please. I still think we need a few shards to be able to actually craft anything. What I'm going to do is move this right here. So I need to see if there's any lava right there. There's not. Gotta be very aware of normal Minecraft mechanics. Okay, so if you guys are wondering how obsidian forms in this game, basically water makes contact with lava and then obsidians are formed, or cobblestone, depending on how close they are to one another, or if, you know, how much space is in between them. even if there's a layer of obsidian, it doesn't mean it turned all the lava into obsidian. So I was basically checking the level beneath to see if there was lava beneath this level of obsidian. But it looks like it's just one level. Otherwise, I think I would have heard lava through the game audio as well, which is pretty nice. I'm not gonna. See that's why I check. That's why I'm shifting, and that's why I check. I think we got all the obsidian we need, but I'm still gonna grab a few more pieces because I want to be able to make an ender chest as well at my base. If any of you are curious as to what an ender chest is, I have ender pearls in my inventory that you saw, and then I think I just need to turn them into ender eyes, or eyes of ender. I forget what I need. But because I mean, even basic Minecraft, guys, I haven't played a bit, but I mean, basically, if I make an ender chest, it's the chest I went to when I was at the Pokemart, that I kept going back and forth to. If I have 8 obsidian and then an eye of ender, then I can craft one of those. And it's a very, very, very useful thing in vanilla and in multiplayer. And also having it at my base would make it so I didn't need to run back and forth like that ever again, at least not to the ender chest. Not that there's anything left in it, but it's additional storage as well. So I mean, it's special storage and additional. Because nobody, I mean, I don't believe, well, admins technically could mess with it, but that'd be it. In a normal Minecraft vanilla server, that's a unique storage just for the player. Like, nobody can mess with it, and like it's supposed to be a special storage just for the player. Only the player can put stuff in there, or in their own space. Like, even if another player opens up that person's ender chest, they can only see their stuff. They cannot see the person who owns the ender chest stuff. If that makes sense. Maybe I'm going too roundabout with explaining that, but either way, I think we've gotten enough. 21. I think that's good. I think that's good. I got a little carried away while talking. Whoa! Did I see some stuff? Like, it's like I said I didn't want to do a mining trip, but it's slowly but surely turning into one, and I'm not meaning for it to. It just is. It's just like I want to make sure that I'm not missing anything, but that's like a bronze ore. Okay, bud. I think you have stuff on you that I can use. There's another bronze ore down there. Is there anything around that I can use? I don't see any resources. I forgot that was a reason to fight stuff underground. It's because like I can see resources and stuff. But bauxite, I can get bauxite from them? Are you kidding me? All right, let's go down and say hello to that other one. Here, bud. Your brother gave me bauxite, so I'd like some from you as well. And you gave me an aluminum plate. I think I need to fight some more bronze ores. I'm just saying. That gives me pretty good reason to hunt them down. Yeah, I've got enough. I got enough. I looked again. I was like, should I mine some more? Should I mine some more while I'm here? It's like, I don't want to have to come down. Like, obsidian is one of the most obnoxious things to mine, especially a lot of. So it's just like making sure that I have enough. I only needed a handful, like maybe three or four for the enchantment table. And then I needed 8 for the ender chest for the future. And then any extra is just extra. I don't know exactly if there's any craftables in Pixelmon where I would need obsidian, but at the very least, it's just a helpful thing to have. All right. Ooh. It's not bad at all. All right, I think there's something up there. Oh, Boulder. You're a different one. Okay. I haven't seen one of you before. It's the evolution of Rock and Rolla, by the way, for those curious. Ooh, I will take the ruby. Honestly, knocking out the Pokemon that are underground is definitely a plus. This is definitely some place somebody's been. But, you know, I'll still bite. Yeah, we'll leave. Ghastly, yes, bud, I hear you. Dicklet. Yes, I see you as well. I believe there's a cave area. Yep, there's a cave area out there. Let's go check that out. It's like I said, this would be a quick trip. It's like it's slowly evolving into something else. Dicklet, yes, I see you, bud. Ooh, I'm glad I came up here. Emeralds. Extreme hills biomes are your friend when it comes to emeralds. I was actually curious as to when I found my first one, because I was like, I should be finding them quite frequently out here. But I hadn't been. That's for crystal. And that's for lapis. Let's see. Aha. And there should be something behind this, maybe? Holy crap, lag. And we're good. We're good, we're good. Let's go forward. Interesting. See, I should mine some of this coal, and I will. Just because, like, we're running I'm not going to say we're running low, but we don't have a ton at the house right now. It may look like it, like, you might think 16 blocks of coal is a lot. Well, it's like, it may look like a lot, but considering how much we've been smelting recently, it's, and we're still not done with our house, and we still have Pokeballs to work on, apricorns to smelt. I mean, it's, honestly, I wish all this coal was iron, because we need iron and aluminum like crazy for, more iron or aluminum bases for Pokeballs, because, I mean, hey, I'll take any and all that I can get. Over a stack's fine. I don't need to worry too much about it. Not too much. Alright, like I said, I am worrying about it, and I am trying to be watchful. But yeah, after these two walk, I'm gonna go ahead and go back to base. And say I'd like to stay out here and I'd like to find more stuff, but I'm not, like I said, my intention was not to turn this into a mining episode. I wanted to come down here for the obsidian, and that was quite literally it. Did not come down here for any other purpose. So let's go ahead and get out. I can always come back down later if I really want to. Wow. Okay. Got that. Got that right there. Got more bauxite, got more silicon. Got more lapis. Gotta rotate the blocks. Still, I'm going to toss a mushroom, but almost enough to make one firestone. You got what? Gold bat. Oh, mini ore. Hey, that's cool. And a drift plum. Ooh, that's a cool one as well. Yes, buddy, I see you up there. Let's see if my Torterra can reach you. Okay. Ooh. Stockpile. Okay. Well, it's nighttime, so we're going to try this. I would not, I mean, I think I've caught your pre-evolution already, so catching you would mean that I don't have to worry about your tree anymore. Which is great, which means all the ones I see in the future I can just knock out. Now you, Minior, I've caught one of you as well. So what I think I'd like to do is just use Torterra on you. And do Mega Drain. Yep, there we are. He doesn't seem to be doing a ton of damage to him. Though it looks like he's increasing his damage. Oh, okay. Suddenly, it seems like I'm doing very well. There we are. Shiny stones, yep. And that's the reason I keep going after them whenever I see them, is because they give me stone pieces. And that is always nice. Alright. The amount of Larvatars, like, you guys may think I shouldn't react like this anymore, considering how many Larvatars I've found, but every single time, it's because, like, I'm hoping that one of these times will be shiny, and if I can find a shiny Larvitar, I'll be very happy. Very, very happy. It will happen here at some point, guys. Dusk Ball. It's like you'd think I'd attack him, and I can, but I don't often need to. Yeah, look at that. Like, why risk it when I could just do that? Let's go ahead and do another Wonder Trade. Since you guys stayed with me through all that, as a, you know, for those of you that did, I will go ahead and do Wonder Trade real fast after I finish putting these away. Almost enough for one of those as well. That's awesome. Here, before we go upstairs and do that though, I mean, I really do hope you guys are enjoying all this content. I really do enjoy playing Pixelmon. Like, even if it's a little grindy, like, it's not nearly as grindy as Ark. Not that I mind Ark at all. I don't. But it's just like, it's not as grindy, and I can flow everything, especially with videos a lot better. So even when I do have to do an offline grind, I don't feel like it's as tedious for you guys to join me for it, because there's a lot you guys can still see and do, and like a lot of things you may or may not expect from it. So it's just neat. It's just neat. Like, I never know what Pixelmon could appear underground while I'm there. So it's just like, I can bring you guys, and like something really cool can happen, or like, you know, it's, yeah. Anyway, going off on a tangent, at least a little bit. Put that back right there. I'm gonna put him right here. I'm not gonna try to Graveler. Trimator, what are your stats? Caught you, but I don't even know if you're decent. Oh no, you're trash. You're absolute trash. Oh my goodness, you are disappearing. I'm sorry, bud, but you can be somebody else's problem. Slash one trade 5 Charmander. Deerling. Interesting. Well, I never did catch one, so you know. Now we gotta wait 20 minutes before we can do another one. But we got Driftbloom. Did I ever catch one of the other guys? No, I don't think I did. If I did, I traded them away through Wonder Trade. But I mean, at the very least, we don't have to worry about the second stage evolution now, so that's nice. Oh man, I hope at some point we can find a Ditto so that we can, because Blaziken's a starter, and he goes from Torchic, man, why am I having such a brain fart here? It's Torchic to its second stage, and then to Blaziken. Blaziken's the third stage. I don't know why I'm having such a brain fart. I mean, I'm gonna remember here in a second. It's just been a while, and he's not one of the starters I use regularly, even when I play his generation. He's a third generation. He goes Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, and then Sinnoh, and so on and so on. And it was him. So it was Torchic, Mudkip, and I'm having such a brain fart. It's because the grass type's not. Oh, I'm having such a brain fart. I think it's like on the tip of my tongue. It's I can't remember. It's like Trico? Trico, was it? I think it's Trico. Yes, it's Trico. It's Trico. It's Trico. I was like, oh, did I get that right? I think it's Trico. He says his final evolution is Sceptile. I mean, he's actually really good grass type. Really good. So it's like, I should have remembered that because he's actually pretty good. But, let's go ahead and go down to our crafting station. We need diamonds and obsidian on us. That'll work with me. And I think we need a book as well. Crap. But we have... Not in there. You guys guess, like, why do you need books? Well, I mean, we need to make a library. Which, in order to do that, we need plenty, and I mean plenty of, Did I not keep any in here? I thought I would have kept plenty, honestly. Oh, yes, I did sugarcane. I was like, oh, don't tell me I didn't keep any. I mean, I'm sure I kept at least a stack. But basically, if you put these across, you get paper. What we can do is turn that paper into books. And I think we need... Yeah, you can see new recipes available. We need plenty... We need a ton of planks, guys. We are going to need a ton of planks, which is why I bought some between episodes. Actually, I didn't even buy them for this purpose. I legit just went and bought more planks because I was like, we're going to probably do more house building. But... And you know what's funny? Now I have a reason to knock out Clefairies again. Which, for a while I was just like, I'm just kind of knocking them out for fun, leveling up my Lairon, but now I have a reason to keep all those sugarcane that I get from them. Yeah, see, I'm going to need a book, but this is basically the crafting recipe. We get 2 diamonds, 4 obsidian, and a book. But I'm trying to find the book. And this is what we're going to need to make as well, as bookshelves. Why can't I see? We basically need books, 3 books, and then 3 wood on the bottom, 3 wood on the top. I remember what it was for that, but I just need to make the book. Oh, book, there it is. We need 1 leather and 3 paper. Okay. We should have a ton of leather as well. Should being the keyword there. Yeah. So, just to show you guys this. Yeah. Alright, so what we'll do for this is that. Got 7. We're going to need a lot more than that, but I mean, at least for now, it's a start. And I'll actually start a sugarcane farm as well, just so, I mean, we can get more. Do we have any more books? No, that literally took all of our books. But I think I'd like to make it over here to some extent. Just because there's nothing over on this side. So let's say we have it right here. But no. If we place it right there. But yeah, if we place it right there, and I put more starting from right there and go forward, then it'll be fine. It'll be fine. But we're gonna need a lot more, as you can see. But here, let's see if I need 1 more book. Let's go knock out some Clefairies. Let's see how we're doing. How are we doing on record time? Almost at an hour. That's not bad. That's not bad. Let's go back to spawn. There's always a ton at spawn, guys. Oh my goodness, there's always a ton at spawn. You ready to hear it? You're about to hear it all. Or not. For once, is there no Clefairies? Somebody exterminate them all for me? For once, there aren't any. Oh, there we are. Oh, okay, now it begins. I was like, oh man. For once, there's peace. That's different. Look at that. Always sugarcane. Take all. Yep, and I'll start doing that. And so between episodes, I mean, it's something I wanted to do this episode, was at least, I mean, I'm going to craft at least the enchanting table, which was kind of the goal. So I'm going to grab enough to make a single book and do that for you guys. So it's basically, give me a sec. So for the next few minutes, we're going to be knocking out Clefairy, and then we'll move forward from there. Ooh, alright. I should probably use a, ooh, got 2 there. Obviously we already have enough for the paper to make a singular book, but I'm just going to knock out what's around here, level up my Lairon a little bit while talking to you guys. I mean, it's alright. I mean, it's going to take me a little while of off-camera grinding to be able to get enough to make enough bookshelves, but there's a purpose to it. I'm not going to actually use the enchantment table, okay, until the next episode, but I'm probably going to at least finish making the room off-camera, because it's going to be a little grindy. I have all the wood, I just need all the sugarcane, and in order to get all the sugarcane that I need, I'm going to need to make a farm for it. And sugarcane farms are pretty freaking easy to make. I mean, I'll show that at the end. Ooh. Okay then. That's nice. And okay. There we are. Nice. I wish I could turn sugar into it as well, the amount of sugar that I have. I mean, use it for cookies or something, I guess, but I mean, I prefer to be able to use it on something else. Ooh, Fable. Hey, buddy. Iron Tail on you. Oh, holy crap. Nice. You tried. Iron Tail on you. Used your level 50. And you avoided it. Fantastic. Cool. It's like, even though my Lairon's only level 35, these Clefairies are level 50, and they're just getting absolutely destroyed. And even the ones that are close to my level that are at like a higher level than me are getting absolutely destroyed. So it's just great. That's a tiny Clefairy. Went from a very giant Clefable to a very tiny Clefairy. I mean, sure, you increased your special defense, but not your regular defense. I mean, that's something, I guess. Oh, finally knocked him out. Nice. Which means I just gotta do this. Alright, let's switch over to Lucario. I'll knock out this last Clefairy. We need a Clefairy, and then we'll move forward. Just so you guys can see what close combat does. Great show of power. Let's show how balanced this is. Balanced. It is fine though. I mean, honestly, the amount. If you think that close combat is too strong, you're wrong. It's not, because it's a glass cannon move. If it misses for some reason, and or if they survive the hit and they hit me with either a good physical attack like Earthquake or a special attack like Flamethrower or Fire Blast, this Lucario is one shot. I mean, it's done. So I mean, it's a glass. Lucario is legitimately a glass cannon. I'm just very fortunate to have the have what I have on him. Meaning, when I say that, I mean he has justified a really good ability on him, which basically boosts the attack power when it's hit by a dark type move. He has a good physical attack move set, like physical. Oh, actually no, or Sphere special. But I mean, I keep it on him because I mean it never misses, and it's a good attack, and I love seeing it. And then his stats boost his attack. Okay. And lower special defense. Special defense is already crappy for him in the first place, so it really doesn't hurt him that much. So he boosts his attack from his stats, like his nature, sorry. He boosts it from his ability, and I have a black belt on him which boosts the attack power of his fighting type moves. So he's basically just does a ton of physical damage. Oh, I thought you were shiny for a second. I don't know why, but goodbye. Okay, let's go ahead and go back to our home. Throw all the sugar that we got in this chest. We have 15. I'm gonna go ahead and craft root paper. Make the one, just so you guys can see it. 2. Wow. Okay. Put that right there. Put that right there. That's right, isn't it? Oh, need to move him down. Alright. So now we have an enchanting table. Now I'm going to place this. As you can see, I have 47 levels. Alright, we're going to place this right there. If I were to put a, let's just say my crystal pick in here, I could enchant it with. I need to put more bookshelves here for this to be more effective. But the lapis that I collected while I was underground, and believe me, I have more lapis than we could ever use. But that's like the one resource you always end up getting too much of besides redstone. But if I can put Unbreaking 2 on it, I guess if I put lapis in here, I have 47 levels. I can do a ton of enchanting. The first thing I do want to enchant though is going to be this diamond pick. No, like there's no question about that. Once I get more bookshelves down, like I said, I literally have all the wood we need to do it. But I'm going to need to make a sugarcane farm, and I'll show you guys where I plan to do that. Before we end off the episode, though, I will fight this dude. Hello, friend. Bastiodon. Okay, well, close combat against you. Oh crap, that was a mistake. Okay, he only used that. Good. I love that these dudes just have rock types, and I mean the amount of money that I've gotten just from fighting rock type trainers. If I could find the rock gym, I would be so happy. Like, there's a rock gym on this server. All the gyms are basically hidden in the wild, and I have no clue where to look. I tried asking about it, and nobody really said anything, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess that's how it is. So, I mean, I'd like to have some idea, but, I mean, it looks like we're probably going to have a few episodes where we're just looking around, and in the meantime, just look out for wild Pokemon. That could be useful to us for our Pokedex, or just in general. I have no clue. But that'll be a fun thing for us to do in the future, because when we find gyms and take on gym leaders and connect, basically I think gyms are going to be like are going to have trainers that are scaled to whatever level Pokemon we're using, which is fine. And honestly, that's kind of how you'd want it. Ore Sphere. Ooh, you actually survived. Okay. Lechibe? I mean, sure. Move Tutor. What can you teach? Night Slash. That's a good move. Heat Wave. Fusion Bolt. Oh, I wish I had a Zekrom or something like. Fusion Bolt's a great move. Great move. Water Shuriken. That's from Greninja. Okay. Extreme Speed. Oh, but it costs 16. No. He'll learn it normally eventually. It's fine. Aura Sphere. Already learned. Yeah, you need 10. Sapphire for Thunder. 16 crit. Okay, that's actually, I can do that. I can do that if I want to, but I don't think any of the Pokemon that I have can learn Thunder, unfortunately. You're a decent move tutor actually, but still can't use you. Take those. I know I'm getting sidetracked here, guys. I was going to show you guys where I was going to do the sugarcane farm. I am just knocking these guys out because they're right in front of my house. Level 50 Clefairy, though. I really can't pass that up. Plus, getting more sugarcane really isn't a bad thing when I'm right here. Okay, I'm immobilized by love. Can you just please attack once and then let it land it? Thank you. Ooh, I'll take that in a heartbeat. Cast form. Buddy, I am sorry, but this is the end of the road for you. Last bottle. Yeah, no, I'm good. Another one. Sure, why not? Alright, let's get out of here before I find something else. So, as you guys can remember, we can fly on our Charizard here. Let's go down here. Alright, we're gonna retrieve him, and we're gonna switch back our POV. Oh my goodness, we got a Timpole out in the water. That's cool. That's one I haven't seen so far, at least. So what we're gonna do is basically how you place down sugarcane is you need to make sure it's on. Well, it's actually, I think it grows faster on sand. Actually, no, I think it does grow faster on dirt, but it's fine. It's fine. Either way, I mean, I'm gonna be killing off enough time off camera at my base to where I'm gonna have plenty in the near future. But I'll have a little farm growing down here, and over time that'll grow, and I can get more placed down, and it'll multiply, and I'll probably have it going along the whole bank there. I'm not gonna grow it too long because I don't want a bunch of people, because this isn't protected by my base, guys. The giant plot of land I have up there. Ooh, another trainer. The giant plot of land I have up there, I mean, it's not protected by that. So, I mean, people can come down here and they can loot my sugarcane. Like I said, not that it's absurdly hard to get. Honestly, once I have enough for my library, I mean, I'm going to leave that down there for people to use. I mean, if you want to come over here after you've seen this episode and be like, hey, you know, I want to loot that dude's farm. I mean, all I would ask is that you have the courtesy to just take all but the bottom one so it can grow back for other people. Or for me, if I need to use it for something for the future. Like, I mean, I'm fine with people using it. It's just the reason in the very beginning I was trying to make everything in my little area over there is because it's like I didn't really expect anybody to. I mean, obviously episodes are coming out and so long after I've recorded them that it really doesn't matter. But at the same time, it allows me to make progress without me having to worry about anything. Yeah, I haven't really seen one of you in a while. Flame charge? That did the trick. Oh, I got aluminum and iron. I hope I see more of you in the future. Woo, that's nice. And looks like this dude has a sugarcane farm already over here as well. I don't think I can mess with it though. Yeah, no, it's protected. It's like, this is something similar to what I want to make, honestly. I can't mess with it at all, but anyway, that's the basic gist. You see what a fully grown one looks like over on his side. I'm going to go ahead and teleport back to my home. Yeah, this has been episode 9, guys. I know it's been a little all over the place. I wanted to make the goal for this episode, after showing you guys what I've done off camera with the armor sets and with, well, with the mechanical anvils and everything else. Like, I mean, it's been, it was a process, all right? But we got the obsidian, we got it, and we started making some bookshelves. Off camera, I'm going to make the remainder of the bookshelves. Maybe next episode we can do some enchanting, hunting. There's a ton left. There's a ton left just for prep, but for house building and just finding all the Pokemon. Like, legitimately, I do not plan to stop the series until I've filled the Pokedex, or at least gotten all the Pokemon that I can naturally without paying the server or anything. Not that I think it's a problem with supporting the server, but I mean, I'd like to at least do what I can without needing to go there. But I mean, hey, you know what? It is what it is. I hope you guys enjoyed the 9th episode. I know I'm kind of going off on a tangent, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye, guys.